Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here, welcome back to the railway and welcome to yet another live stream. I hope you've all had a wonderful week and I hope you're all looking forward to the weekend of course. Quite a busy weekend if you're in the UK because of course the Worley exhibition is going on tomorrow and Sunday, but I'm going to be there tomorrow. So anybody that's going to Worley too, let me know in the chat, and if you see me, do feel free to say hi or whatever, but I might be hiding, you never know. Anyway, there's loads and loads of cool stuff to do today. I've got lots to show you, 060s and some other stuff as well, so there's lots to get on with, but I'll start like I did last week and have a little go in the chat and just give out some shout outs to those that want them and see if anybody's got anything they want to say, because always interesting things come up in these chats. So we've got Michael Aldred who came in early to say hi, so hi Michael, welcome. Lego World 44 says do crashes. I'm not really keen on doing crashes. If the models were cheaper then I would certainly be willing to do more crashes, but yeah, I would enjoy them, don't get me wrong, but not when they cost what they do. Greetings Rotterdam, says Alfence60. Okay, welcome to you. Samuel Colwell's here, Noah Baylor, Jay Rodin, oh, Callum's here, SDJR7F88. I've got a shout out to do for you later, haven't I? So I'll get to that, don't let me forget. Sam, you can't hide from me at Worley, says Mark. Mark's been on about this for a long time. Mark, I'm going to try, but you know, I'm not going to run away from you or anything. So, shout out, and any Hunslet engines, says Alex Smith. I hadn't planned on any, but you can sure send a request for one if you'd like to. Adam Rushton's here. Hello, Adam. Nice to see you. Shout out, please. Have you got the Backman Percy? Says Sam'sTrains, all things trains. Sadly, no, I haven't got the Backman Percy. I do like the look of it, but as I said last week, some people say it's great and some people don't. So if you know what the Backman Percy is like, let me know in the chat, and if I get a lot of people saying it's good, then I might decide to try it. Shout out please, I'm in Kentucky right now, says Jay Rodin, and Shining Time 4 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Thank you very, very much. Okay, he's left a request. He says, since it's oops, it's gone off the screen before I finished it. I can read it on my iPad though. Since it's an 060, a double of 4F hooding the ocean wagons. Hauling the ocean wagons, I don't know what hooding means. I could try that, Shining Time 4. Thank you very much for the donation, of course. The problem is my two 4Fs, one of them's DC, one of them is DCC, DCC sound in fact, so I might have to just have one of those, but that is very kind of you, thank you very much. And on the subject of the super chats, I better go through and thank everybody that sent a donation last week. So a huge thanks to Katusov, the Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus, Scoobert Doobert, I love that name by the way, what a funny name. It's a fun one to have to say as well. Hans Fellow, Map the Dragon, British Railway Central, Primeval, The Ugly Duckman, Shane Porter, AJ Finley, Poke Prime, Charles Curtis, Model Railway Works, William Town, Chillmaster Lord of Vampires, Michael Aldred, Matt Ovell, Mr. T. Terevel. I said it. Every single time I had to read that name last week, I tripped over it and said Mr. P. So I've been practicing and I actually said it right. I don't know if I said it right, but I said it without stuttering. Ollie Turf 26 and Sideways. So thank you to all of those people. They were the ones that donated via the super chat last week, and Boris is still here. Everybody that donated last week has been entered into the Boris competition, and the good thing is that anybody that entered last week has got a clean slate to enter again this week, and of course anybody's welcome to enter. All you have to do is click the $ down in the chat. Oh, it's that side, isn't it? And send a super chat of any amount. On the one hand, it will be a massive help to the channel. It does support the channel, believe it or not, and it keeps me going, keeps me buying new locos, keeps everything maintained up here, and basically allows me to keep making videos. And to say thank you, you'll all be entered with into the prize draw to win old Boris there. Oh, I better show the certificate. You get this as well if you win. Boris, he's number 3 of 10. My Bullman is number 1. The other one was Bilious, of course, which I gave away. When was that? It was February or March, I think. And then Boris is number 3, and he's going to be in a new home for Christmas. So that will be quite interesting. I'll also be taking requests as well. So if you're feeling really, really generous in the super chat, again, nobody has to do this, by the way. But if you want to be generous and send £5 or $5 or 5 of anything, you do get your free request. You get to pick any loco in my collection, in my rolling stock, and any rolling stock to go with it, and just include that in the super chat message, and I will absolutely run that during a stream. And Noah Baylor, oh, thank you very, very much for that, Noah. I do appreciate it, and you got your Gordon pop up as well there. Okay, so also on the subject of Black Friday, I wanted to say, look at this shameless plug again. On the subject of Black Friday, I wanted to do my own mini Black Friday sale. It's only a mini one, but if you've been interested in maybe getting some of the Sam'sTrains merchandise, the mugs, and also the t-shirts, I'm not wearing one today, but I do have t-shirts. There's a link in the description for those, by the way, and if you do fancy one... Oh, War Hero, thank you very much for that. He says, thanks for your review. I had recently purchased an LMS crab from Rails of Sheffield. Hopefully it comes before Christmas. Oh, I'm sure it will. If you're in the UK, it should come before Christmas. And thank you so much for that very, very kind super chat. That's very, very generous of you. Anyway, as I say, there's a promo code. It's 060stream, so if you enter that on the checkout on the merch store, you'll get 10% off. And again, that's just my little thank you, exclusive to you guys watching the stream. Don't tell anybody else. It's just for you. So that's that. If you want to support the channel in a different way, you get a bit more in return, I suppose. So that's the merchandise. I'll put that off. What else did I want to say? Oh yes, and I also want to say a massive thank you. It's a lot of thank yous today, but I will get onto some interesting stuff, I promise you. A massive thank you to this week's new engineers. We have Mr. T. Terevel again. Got it right again. Well, I hope I did. Primeval and Adam Rushton, those are all new members. And again, if you don't know what the membership is, there's a join link down there. Yes, I think I got the right side this time. Basically, you get loads of awesome perks. You get a badge next to your name. Thank you, Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus. I do appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much. And your name only just fit on the screen there, I noticed. Right, anyway, so yeah, you get loads of perks, you get a badge next to your name, and if you look in the comments, you'll see the members' badges. You get access to loads of emojis as well. If there's any members there, put your emojis in the chat. I'll put some in. Hang on, watch this. Which one should we have this week? There is one that I'm very embarrassed by the way. Where is it? Oh, there they are. This one I'm embarrassed by. And Quentin Barnhart, thank you very much. He says, Happy Friday, Sam. Saying hello from Nevada, US. If you can you run that new Mahano Pacific? Yes, I very much can, and thank you very much for the generous donation. Am I saying that right, by the way? Is it Mahano? Macan? I don't know. Am I saying that right? Just let me know. Anyway, so you get your badges, your emojis if you become a member. You also get early access to all of my videos. You get to see them before anybody else. You get an exclusive live stream every month. I did one for this month, but there's going to be one coming up in November. Blimey, they're coming in today. Wilbert the Austerity, thank you so much. The 4F and the S&DJR 7F with the Southern Green Mark 1s. Oh, I guess that's like in Train Simulator. Thank you very much for that. I will get onto that. And of course, everybody that's just sent in a kind super chat, you're all entered for Boris, and good luck in the prize draw. Okay, and then finally, on the perks for being a member, or an engineer, as I call you, you get a free request in each series. And if you become a member and you want to submit your request, go to the community tab on my channel and scroll down a bit, and there's a post where you can submit your request. So thank you everybody for your support. I do appreciate it. Everybody's being very kind tonight. Let's get cracking with some 060s, I think. Now, I've got some 060s to show you. Where are they? Here we go. 060s, there's a lot more variety of 060s than 040s, at least in the UK. We've got tender engines here, as you can see, all sorts of different tender engines, and an equally large amount, really, of tank engines. And over there on the right-hand side, you can see here we've got a load of tank engines. Yeah, that's right. Goodness knows what happened there. Thank you, Callum. Very appreciate that. Can we have the J50 with some teaks? Yes, I'll see what I can do, Callum. Thank you very much. So yeah, lots of different 060s to run for you. To start with, though, I thought we would do a bit of a running session, and if I take you down to the front, I've got some surprises for you. So, we've got some 060s tender engines to start with, as you can probably tell, and today I'm going to be doing 060s from all around the world, or at least I am to start with. So, I might need your help on this. Oh, blimey, Katusov, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that as well. You really are generous with those super chats. Right, so as I say, I might need some help with this. Now, the first engine, the one on the left-hand side, on the outside line, was a request from one of my engineers, Janice Bolt. She asked for the German engine with 10 brown wagons and no brake. Now, I think that is the Prussian G3. It's a Fleischmann model, but apart from that, I don't know very much about it. It's one that I'm still yet to review. But I haven't done it yet, but I will do one day. So that's that. It is quite a lovely engine. It runs very, very nicely, and so I'm quite glad that that's running. It is, of course, an 060, which is why it's included, obviously, in today's running session. And then on the middle line, this one here is a British engine. I thought we'd better hear from a British engine. It's Hornby, and it's the J15 in the LNER Black. I absolutely love that one. And she's got some teaks. I just chose those. I thought the J15 had to run, really. And then here's one of the first little surprises I've got got for you today. This is a brand new model. Well, it's not new, it was second hand. But I say new because I got it literally today. It arrived today. And I thought, hey, that's an 060, so why not run it in the stream? So, once again, I'll have to plead ignorance. I don't know very much about it. It is an 060. It's made by River Rossi, and I believe it's French. But apart from that, if anybody knows, let me know in the chat if you know more about it. I will obviously find out more about it before I review the thing, but it is very lovely, and of course this one and this one are HO scale, which is why they might look a little bit tinier than the other. Oh, let me run, don't want to miss it. Mayo Hosco 2, oh, thank you very, very much. He says he made another live stream, yay. It's, oh blimey, it's 3:40 AM here. I would like to see Mallard in the Garter Blue pulling the ocean of ocean wagons. Oh, that's a very nice idea. Mallard pulling freight. Not a very usual idea, but I do like that. I love the unusual. So, blimey, I've got a lot to get through now. Lots of requests to do. So let's get these ones running. Some 060s to start with. Starting off, as I say, with the tender engines. Oh, and the J15's going backwards. And the Fleischmann's stopped, so that's a good start, isn't it? And for the first time ever on the channel, and really the second time ever for me, the lovely River Rossi 060 French, I think, engine is going to run. Backwards once again, honestly. I wonder if someone's come up and sabotaged all the directions, because I'm sure I set them up right to run, but 2 out of 3 went backwards. Oh, Wilbert the Austerity, thank you very, very much. Oh, he wants to see the C-Class with some Southern Green Mark 1s. Oh, what a good idea that is. Yes, I will do that. And thank you very much, Wilbert. I appreciate it. Oh, I better give you a wave. Right, let's take a look at some of these. I've set it up to this shot so that we can see the two, the two that are going anti-clockwise. Running virtually together, as you can see. That's quite nice, isn't it? By the way, I fixed the issue with the camera that was going out of focus. Luckily on the Black Friday sale I managed to pick up another decent webcam, one that hopefully will focus a little bit better. So, fingers crossed that will be the end of the issue. It is a new camera, so I don't know whether it's going to have any teething issues or not. Hopefully not, but I suppose you never do know, do you? Oh, look at this. So yeah, some really unusual locos running to start with. The J15's not very unusual. I suppose that's the most usual of the ones I've started out with. But yes, 2 locos not from the UK. And I want to do a few more non-UK locos from time to time. Oh, look at this. Racing by. Oh, we've only just caught that. So yeah, I do quite enjoy foreign locos, more so recently in fact. So yes, I'll have to try and get some more of those running. In the meantime though, as you can see, there's some more British engines parked up in the sidings and things, and those are all going to be running shortly as well, and I know people do like the British engines, so I couldn't do a running session really without those. And there we've got the lovely Hatton's P-classes there, both of them in fact, double heading, never done that before I don't think. And Lakota, thank you, he says, oh hey Sam, the Q1 with the 4-wheeled wagons please. Also, did you get the information I sent you on your new American loco? Oh, I didn't see that, Lakota, but thank you very much for sending it, and I will look into that and try and look at that at some point. So thank you very much, and thank you for the support, I do appreciate that. Let's have a couple of seconds watching this shot then. Once again, I've switched to the split screen and basically every loco's disappeared. Oh, we've got the J15 back. So it seems the new webcam's working okay, and thank goodness for that. It was doing my eyes in, having to look at that blurry screen. But not anymore. James McCready says, can you run an American running video? That's the plan for next year. I'm hoping to get enough locos to do an American running session. Oh, Anonymous Electricity says, Sam got me a bubble car. Photo up. Oh, okay, I'll have to look for that. Could well be, says Callum. What's he on about? Military Nerd, have you received my letter yet? Yes, I have received some letters. I don't know what your real name is, actually. It's probably best that you don't divulge it on the chat. But yes, it's possible that I have got it. Although there was one letter that came that I had to pay extra customs charge for. I don't think that'll be you, because I think you're in the UK, but I've had to pay for that, so it's been delayed, but I will. And thank you everybody that has sent a letter, by the way. I will be opening those later on the stream. And once again, thank you Wilbert. Oh blimey, Wilbert the Austerity again, and the Ugly Duckman. Bit of a variety. And for people asking, can we please have Arian Burt with the EWS Mega Boxes? What an interesting idea that is. Thank you very much everybody for those, and especially Ugly Duckman there. Thank you for the request. I now do have an awful lot of requests for today, and they keep coming in, so thank you for those. Obviously I'm going to do my best to get all of them seen to today, but if I do have any left over, you won't be forgotten. I will not not do any requests. It might just be that it has to be carried over to next week. But I do my best, and I'll try and hurry up now so as not to waste all too much time. So we've got the J15 back. I try and say J15 because if I don't it sounds like I've said J50, which is of course another 060 made by Hornby 2, by the way, and I'll run that later. In fact, you might have already caught a glimpse of that. It's a very confusing idea, wasn't it, really, to have the J50 and the J15s running in the same stream. Not a good idea. Oh god, that made me jump. That really did make me jump. Right, who is that? Zombie646. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Right, so there it is. What do you reckon then? What do you reckon to that Rivarossi French engine? Oh, Shane Porter. Thank you very much. Get a nice GBWR 060 with those auto coaches. Oh, I should, yes. I'd love to. I will be showing a GBWR 060 later on. Thank you for that. Anyway, yeah, I hope you liked that. I do hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed getting that Fleischmann 060 in the post today. Let's have another look at it. I'm so sorry that you can't see it up close, but I will do a review of it at some point, obviously. I can't not do that. Right, so let's catch up, see what people are saying. Yes, Mark, thank you, Shane and Zombie. Can you tie a hot dog to a loco and back it up into your mouth, says Janda. That is a very odd request, I will give you that. Unfortunately, the track is a little low down for that, and I don't think I can really show that sort of thing on YouTube. But thank you for the idea, duly noted, with another glazed smile. Love your streams, bro, says Zombie646. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your kind support. Right, let me consult the list and see what we've got to do next. Okay, well, I'll do some of the letter opening then. So last week I put my PO box on the screen. That was a mixture between stream and screen. There it is again. If you want to send me any letters or drawings to open on stream, please do. Obviously, please don't send me any locos to review, just because I like to handpick them myself. But if you want to send me a letter or something like that, you absolutely can do. And I've received quite a few already this week. Let me grab them. Ooh. So I'm going to try and get through some of these. Some people have written quite long letters, and I'm going to be reading a bit of every one, but if there was more that I don't read, don't feel offended. I have read them properly, but obviously I don't want to be taking too long on the stream. In fact, I'll leave that up for a second. So we've got one here. It says on the front of the envelope, yeah, I can show this, nobody's address. Please show in a video. I haven't opened all of these yet. I don't think I've opened this one yet, so let's have a look. See what this one is. I'll just chuck the envelope on the floor and tidy it up later on. Right, so we have a letter and a drawing. Let's have a look at the drawing first then. Blimey, there's some chaos going on here. I'm sorry that you can't see it too well. But I suppose this is for the Wall of Fame, is it? Whoever sent this, does it say? Ishan, I think. That's probably going to end up on the Wall of Fame anyway, so more on the Wall of Fame in just a second. Thank you for the drawing. That is very, very skilled of you. That is the world's first drawing sent to me in the flesh, not via email. So he says, "Hi Sam, I'm Ishan and I think you're the best man on earth." Blimey, that's very kind. I promise you I'm not, but I appreciate that you think so. I have to alert you that a knockoff to you is on YouTube. Oh, okay, right. Let me know who those are and I'll look into that. I love everything you have on your channel and the effort you put in. I also have to say that you really are an expert on trains. Again, I'm not really, but I'm pleased that you think so. Thank you for that. The whole purpose of a rail enthusiast is to know the specifications and history of trains, which you actually do. Most of my train knowledge comes from you. Oh, that's lovely to hear. I also have to alert you that the kid's shirt is awesome, but the postage price is about $7.99, making the total price about £25. And you have to tell the company that the total price is under £20. Thank you. Oh, blimey, Wilbert, you're being very kind today. Last one, Hogwarts Express with the LMS Maroon Mark 1s. Oh, okay, I can do that at some point. Thank you again for that. That's very good of you, and I will try and get to that at some point. Well, I will get to it at some point. It just all depends when. Okay, so yeah, sorry about the shirt postage. I think basically I don't have any control over the postage cost of that, but it's an American company, so people that are in the UK, like we are, probably do have to pay a bit more for postage. It's a shame about that. Okay, now he's teaching me how to dab. Yes, I tried to do a dab last week, which wasn't very good. And that's from Ishan, age 9. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate the letter, and thank you very, very much for sending it. Okay, next one, Sam's Trains. Let's open this one up. Yeah, I don't believe I've had this one open yet either. Let's have a little look. Right. Oh, this is a A typed letter, very nice. Okay, well, pictures, first of all. Michael Aldred, thank you so much. Thank you, Michael, I do appreciate that. And thank you for not leaving a request. That will ease the pressure a little bit tonight. So there you go, there's the photos that he sent. Let's have just a quick read. So this is from William, he's 15 years old. He lives in New Howell, Surrey, and he's a volunteer at the Great Cockrow Railway, which is a 7/4 gauge railway. Excellent. Let's have another skim through. Oh, they've got 11 steam locos, the Green Goddess, Northern Chief, Southern Maid, the Bug. Oh wow. I tell you what, I'm going to have to look this railway up. So thank you very, very much for the letter. I apologise that I'm not reading all of it on stream, but I do appreciate it and I will read that in my own time. So thank you very much for that, William, and I hope you enjoyed having it opened on stream. There's another one here. Another standard size letter. This one looks like it's from the UK as well, although there was one, amazingly, that's come from New York, and that's one that I have opened already, and that is boggled the mind really that it's arrived so quickly. Charles Curtis, wow, thank you very, very much, Charles. I appreciate your support, and of course you two are entered to win Boris, and good luck, I hope you do. Right, let's take a look and see what's in this letter though. It looks like it's another handwritten one, which is great. Alright, so who's this from? Jude. Thank you, Jude, for sending this. He says, I enjoy watching your YouTube channel. My favourite loco is the A4 Mallard. Oh, I can see why. I do love those. I'm writing to you just after watching a live stream on 040s. Okay, that'll be last week then. Like you, I live near Nottingham and I go to the local train fairs and shows. I was wondering if you go to any train fairs around the Derby area, and what locos/train do you recommend to me as a cheap starter set? Yes, I do sometimes go around this area, but I'm going to Worley this weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. And a good starter set, ooh, how about the Santa's Express maybe, or any of the Hornby 040 starter sets really. They're all pretty good. So yes, thank you for that. And what age were you when you started collecting? I was relatively old. I was about 13, I bet, maybe something like that. Anyway, Jude, thank you very much for that. Now there's quite a large one here. I'll have to admit I've had a peek at this one. If there's something larger in it, I've had just a quick look at them, just a sneaky peek, just to make sure there's nothing unsuitable, let's say, for the streams, and luckily there isn't. Alright, so there is some images that I want to show on this. So this is from Richard. Thank you very much for sending this. He says, I've been watching your YouTube channel for a while now and I've always enjoyed the content you create. Oh, I find your videos very helpful, in particular your maintenance videos, which have helped me in maintaining his own models. He's got a very big collection. He says he's got over 120 locomotives, both steam and diesel, over 150 carriages and over 200 freight wagons, in all different scales as well, N-gauge 009, HO 000, and G. Wow, what a collection that would be. And he's been writing his own reviews and articles for the website of his local model railway club. Mayo, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. That's kind of you once again, and you're entered to win Bullman, of course, as well. So yeah, you've got that. Oh, and also there's, I should have put this link in the description. It's www.srmg.org.uk, and that's the SRMG's website, in fact. And he's sent a selection of photos too. I'm just being careful not to show his address. Oh wow, yes, great photos. Let me show you some of these. So there we are, whoever was asking for a Hunslet, you got that. We've got, oh, I recognise the one at the front there, that's definitely the Hattons P-Class. Oh yes, he did mention he's got a Thomas and Friends layout, and there's quite a few of those. I don't know if this is it though, hang on, there's one with, oh look at that, blimey, what's Thomas been up to there? Oh, there we go, that's a close-up of Thomas. Looks like he's fallen in a sinkhole. I'll have to read on. He did let me know what all these photos were about, so I'll have to look at those later on. There's Thomas at Farquhar. This must be the Thomas and Friends layout. There's Thomas at another station, it looks like. Let me just get rid of this. And Thomas, once again, a nice wider shot. Oh, and that's the layout. Oh, wow, it's a very compact layout. You managed to get a lot onto it. That's very, very cool. And there we are, back to the start. So thank you very, very much for that one. I will enjoy reading that thoroughly after the stream, so thank you once again. And then I've saved a very special one until last, because as you can see, this is quite a parcel. Lewis Hughes, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that, Lewis. And once again, good luck winning Boris. You will be entered to win him. So, I can tell what this is, obviously. There's an envelope that says Sam on the front, but very impressively, there's a book here that has been sent to me. I know this is from Andrew, so thank you very much, Andrew, called American Steamliners. And that's interesting because I've just been reading about American Steamliners, or Streamliners, I should say. And, oh wow, look at this. This is going to be one of those great books. Thank you very much, Ben Golding. He said great videos. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed them. So yeah, this is going to be some great reading. Again, Andrew, it was very unnecessary to send a gift like this, but I do appreciate it, and I will really enjoy reading this. Look at that. So loads of stuff to look at in there, and I will enjoy reading that. And no doubt, if I do make any videos on some American streamlined locos and models, I'll be using this book to find out about them. And Wilbert, once again, just one for my friend J13 with peaks. Okay, I will see what I can do. Thank you very much. Right, let's have a quick look at the envelope. This is the last one, by the way. Thank you for being patient. All right, so we've got a Christmas card. There we go, and that's quite a nice one. It looks like Santa there has actually been making some trains, which is awesome. And yeah, that's Dear Sam. Cheers, Andrew. Oh, it says December 2018. I better pretend I haven't opened that, but I'll put that up when Christmas comes. And he says, greetings from New York City. Isn't that amazing? Within a week, this has managed to get here. I've just seen as well, Katusov, audio is bugging out. Is it? Is the audio? Okay, let's have a look. Which is awesome. And yeah, that's Dear Sam. Is it okay now? Would you let me know if it's improved? Because it sounds alright on mine. Okay, well thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Let me know if it's sorted. I hope nothing's gone wrong. It sounds alright on my feed, so we'll have to double check that. Anyway, I'll just read this and then we'll try it. Greetings from New York City area. Thank you very much for your channel. It has taught me most of what I know about railways and models in the UK. You have struck an amazing balance, appealing to both adults and children by including both Thomas and top of the line models on the same channel. And he goes on more about that. So Andrew, thank you so much for that. Again, I'm going to read this. In fact, I already have read it in my own time. Thank you very much for the book. That was very unnecessary, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. Okay, right, so that is it. Thank you very much to everybody who sent in a letter. Let me double check. It started again. No, the audio is messed up. Let's have another listen. About that. So, Andrew, thank you so much for that. Oh, the volume. Let's have a look. Is it quiet or not? Okay, 1 second. I will be right back. I will restart. Right. Let's have a look. Is this any better? I don't know if it's come back on yet. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's have a look. You see, that sounds absolutely fine to me, so that's bizarre if it doesn't sound all right. Let me just double check it on my laptop then, see what it sounds like on there. All right, well, it sounds okay to me, so that's another very bizarre issue if that is a problem. Okay, it sounds fine. Okay, that's okay then. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have a little break. Funnily enough, it's come at the right time. And I'm going to be looking at some other engines. As you can see, we're going to be doing some shunting, just like we did last week, getting those onto the track. And then later on, of course, I am going to be doing some more requests. I've got lots of them to do today, so I will be getting to those. So don't go anywhere. Go and get yourself a cup of tea if you like, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we'll see what other 060s I can get running. All right, cheers, everybody. I will see you in just a second. Okay folks, welcome back. I don't know whether the problem is persisting. Would you let me know if the audio still sounds bad? And also, if it does, let me know what sort of bad. Is it quiet? Because I can turn it up, I think, if I can find a way to do that. I hope it's not just an issue adjusting the mic. Or if it's buggy, I don't know really what to do. I've tried restarting the stream, so we'll just have to see. Try not to spill my drink all over myself. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and thank every super chatter that has already donated today, and thank you so much for everybody's donation. You are all entered to win Bullman, of course, and those that have donated £5 or more, or $5 or more, or whatever currency you're in, you will get your free request, of course, and I've got loads of them to do. So, Shining Time 4, Noah Baylor, War Hero, the Imperial Diamond Spinosaurus, Quintin Barnhart, Wilbert the Austerity, Callum Calvert, Katusov, Mayo Hosco 2. Wilbert the Austerity has sent in quite a few, by the way, so massive thank you to you. I will just do one of your requests today, Wilbert, and I'll get through those as the series goes on. But thank you for those, and I will get to them all. Lakota Theroff, who sent that? Map the Dragon, thank you so much. Hope you have a lovely week so far, says Map the Dragon too. Well, thank you so much for that. I have had a lovely week, by the way. It's been great. Went down to Hatton's on Tuesday. I'll talk more about that in just a second. So Lakota Theroff, The Ugly Duckman, Shane Porter, Zombie646, Wilbert the Austerity again, Michael Aldred, Charles Curtis, Mayo Hosco 2 again, Lewis Hughes, Ben Golding, Wilbert the Austerity again, and Katusov. So thank you everybody for that. Let me double check in here. It's clear as crystal, says Eisenborn Virus. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, I do apologise for that. Again, I don't actually actively cause these problems on purpose, but they do seem to continue to happen. I suppose it's just the issue, the nature of being live, isn't it? I suppose there's always going to be something. Okay, so let me show some of the Wall of Fame stuff that got sent in. Thank you to everyone who has sent your pictures for the Wall of Fame. And if you want to have one of your pictures shown, but you don't want to send it via post, just send it to my email. There's an email address in the description. So Austrian Railway. We have this. Thank you very much for sending that. I don't know what it is, but it says 100 Jahare on the front, if I said that right. Normally not. And I think 1914 to 2014 is the date on there. So whether it's been retired or destroyed in an accident, I don't know. Intercity 125. Now, I have a feeling this was a fake account, or it might have been Mark. Mark, was it you? Samsung, but when did Samsung? I'm just looking to see if Mark's... Oh, I see. Very good, Mark. So yeah, I reckon Mark has been creating fake accounts this week and sending photos in. If it wasn't Mark, that's unfair of me, I'm sorry. But it had a bit of the smell of Mark about it, let's just say. Samuel C. sent this in. Very, very beautiful. What loco is this? Can't quite tell. If anybody recognises it just by the shape, do let me know, but unfortunately I can't quite read the number on the front of there. Apologies for that, but thank you, Samuel, for that anyway. And then Michael sent in this. I think, was this Michael Aldred? Or another Michael with a second name A. I don't like to give the second names away if I can help it, just for privacy's sake. But yeah, there's some what look like American diesels there, double heading, so that's great. Thank you for that. And then last but certainly not least, Robbins RC sent this. Now I do recognise these locos. Of course, we've got 4472, the old Scotsman there, and then Mallard just going over a level crossing there. So thank you very much for that, Robbins RC. Appreciate it. And thank you again to Lewis Hughes for the very kind super chat. It was you, Mark. Let's see. Yes, but I also discovered, Mark, that a lot of the photos sent were just stolen online, so it doesn't matter whether you live near it or not. Right, anyway, because there are so many lovely things to see on the Wall of Fame. Now, this is the thing. Obviously, the photos go up on the wall, but then a lot of people, especially if they're right up towards the ceiling, don't ever get to see them again. So I thought today I would try and show a bit more of the Wall of Fame. So here we go now. If you see your picture and you're here in the chat, do let me know, pop up and say, there's my picture, and we'll congratulate you for it. And also, if you spot anything that you like the look of, do let me know in the chat, and we'll see if anything is trending. But yeah, I can see one from Mangle there. Michael D, lovely diesel, I remember getting that one. You can see Fine Slime's drawing there. I actually love it when people send in drawings. I think that's probably my most favourite part. There's Spencer with Sam's trains coming out of his mouth, it looks like. There's so many. The Clammy Penny, thank you very much for that. And as Bullman tried to tell you, I think when he popped up, you are entered to win Boris. So that's that. Deltic Dan, I believe Deltic Dan was the first photo ever to go up on the wall. And as you can see, there's quite a lot more now. I actually don't have a clue how many there are on there. It looks like hundreds and hundreds, but I've never actually fancied counting. So I don't know, it's going to be impossible. You won't be able to watch the stream back and count them, I don't think. So, well, if you try, good luck, but I wouldn't. That would be my suggestion. Another A4 there, as you can see on the right-hand side. They are very, very popular, aren't they? For sure. It's going to be interesting, by the way, once this video clip ends, to see how it's going to affect the audio. We'll have to see, I suppose. Oh, did you see your Trench Railway, Callum? Oh yes, that is on there, isn't it? Oh, I didn't see that. Mine was the Bully Pacific 34007. Yes, I know Mark's actually got quite a few photos up already. The ones that have just been sent, obviously, the ones that I've just shown up won't be on there yet, for obvious reasons, but they will be next week. So, I think we're getting towards the end now. Is that everybody's? Or is there still more? No, still more, it looks like. So you get the picture. There is an awful lot of them. There's a good Thomas face there that I very much like. And there's, yes, I think we're coming to the end. Are we? It seems to keep going and going and going. I didn't realise I'd filmed this much. No, it's still going, it's still going. Mayo Hosco saw his, that's good. It is the Flying Scotsman. Oh, Samuel, thank you, yes. It did look a bit like the Scotsman, but I couldn't tell. And thank you once again, Katusov. Yes, Katusov, I will be doing that request later on. I've got that already. So thank you very, very much for that. And thank you for the kind super chat. Everybody, by the way, that sent one. Okay, does the audio still sound all right? Am I still in sync? I'll turn the volume up once my iPad catches up and we'll have a look. In fact, let's do it now. Amazingly, it is. It is still in sync. That's great. Okay, oh yes, it's popped up. Hey, I saw that one early. It popped up early. Okay, so we've got some requests noted down. Let's try and do another little bit of a running session then. We will take you up here. And, oh, William Town. Thank you very much, William. He says, donating again, PS, moo. And that's a shame. Well, we'll have to see. It hasn't popped up on the screen yet. We'll see if you get a moo. Hopefully you will. Right, so to start with, we looked at tender engines. Oh, you didn't get the moo. Oh, well, never mind. So we looked at tank engine... I'm getting mixed up here. No, we looked at tender engines to start with. So second up, we're going to move on and do some tank engines. And I did say there was a bit of a surprise. And the surprise is the Midland 1F, which you can't see too well right now, I admit. But it's a Bachmann one, lovely 060. Never showed it before, it's basically brand new. Oops, oh hang on, we've got two engines running. Tell you what, let's try and get the J50 out first. Shall we try that? There we go, that works. Okay, we'll have to leave the old Midland in its siding for the time being. But first of all, here comes the J50. Let's go around to the front and see it. I'm going to get the J50 onto the inside line. So she's already gone too far. In fact, I can just take her back along here. So yeah, we've got 3 lines to fill up once again. So I will get everything out. Oh, it's left some of its wagons behind. Would you know it? Hang on, hang on. Bring it back, bring it back. Anyway, I didn't mention the rolling stock, so I'll talk about that while I rescue some of it. So she's got some of the brown box fans and of course an LNER brake on the back because she is an LNER region loco. I've done quite a bit of LNER today, haven't I, for some reason. Right, so I don't hold much hope for this train now. Maybe that coupling is going to fail again. I noticed that one of the coupling hooks is missing, so no doubt that'll probably do it. But let's get that onto the inside line now if I can. No doubt the wagons are going to derail, well not derail, but decouple. Those people that were saying, oh, let's hope there aren't any fails this week, I think you must have tempted fate there. Because things have been going to pot, haven't they, a little bit. Right, let's speed this up, get it onto the inside line if I can. There we are, open up these points. And reverse it back. Well, the wagons seem to have stayed coupled. I shouldn't really say anything about it, because as soon as I say something like that, no doubt they're just going to decouple once again. But we will try, we will try. Okay, thank you J50 for behaving yourself eventually. Okay, so that's that. Let's now get to the original engine that I introduced, but I had to change the order. So this is the Midland 1F tank engine. There we are. And I said tank engine correctly this time. I didn't call it a tender engine or something else entirely. Right, just switch the points there, and let's get this beautiful engine out. It's a lovely runner, by the way, and it's got a bit of a mixed train, which you can tell. It starts with some LMS coaches, just 2 of those, and then it's got a small amount of goods with a brake van on the end. So hopefully that'll be quite nice to see. Let me open these points and get it onto the middle line. There we go. Nice speedy loco, actually. You'd expect it to be really slow and steady, but it is quite a quick one. That was only, well, what was it set to? About half speed there. Yeah, it gets up to quite a rhythm, doesn't it? I don't expect it to be very fast in real life. But anyway, there we go. That's the 1F. And then, of course, on the outside line, I'm going to be running some of my favourite 060 tank engines. And there they are just there. I think for the first time ever doing a double header. And thank you, Neoplays, for that. I appreciate it. We'll see what noise you get. Right, let's open these points. That's got to be done, obviously. Oh, you got the moo. There we go. The moo never goes to anybody that wants it. That's interesting, isn't it? Right, hopefully I've set the points correctly. I suppose I'll turn the power up, and if nothing happens, I'll know I've done it wrong. Let's see. Have I done it right? Oh, yes, I have. It's just the direction that was set wrong. Not to worry. Okay, speed those up a bit. Hopefully they'll work all right, and hopefully the Pullmans won't derail on the way out. Let's watch for those disappearing behind the back of the computer desk while I shut the points again. So, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe I ever have double-headed these before, have I? I can't remember doing anyway, but possibly I did, I can't remember. My freaking out you miss, says Eisenbarn again. What do you mean by that? I seem to remember you sending that message last week. I can't remember what you meant. Anyway, wow, isn't that something? Like I say, I don't know why I've never done it before, if it's not something I've done. And we've got a bit of a green, poisonous look to this shot. And thank you again, Neo. I just saw that pop up on the screen. So what I have to do to fix it is shut the camera off and turn it back on again. So let's do that. And hopefully before your very eyes it should improve. Let's see. Oh, blimey, look at that. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I haven't been poisoned by some toxic waste. It was in fact just a glitch on the camera. Right, so there we go. It's all together. Let's get these running then. Some of the tank engines. And then of course that begs the question, what do we prefer in the chat? Tank engines or tender engines when it comes to 060s? I think it's very difficult to decide, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Still got points open here. Let's just bring these back. Don't really want them going through the sidings. I suppose it would be alright, but yes, I suppose they could derail if I did that. So better play it safe. Better be safe than sorry, I would say. Right, so let's get those running and let's get a few shots of them going around the room, shall we? I've already missed. Oh, yeah, we've already missed the 1F. Never mind. But we haven't missed the P class. Oh, I tell you what, I nearly called them Barclays then. How sacrilegious is that? Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, and we've just missed the beautiful 1F go by. We will keep to this shot though and see if we can get a better shot. Tender engines. Okay, so most people are saying tender engines. Noah Baylor says tank engines. Logan R says tank engines. Okay, so we've got a few advocates for the tender engine there. Or for the tank engine, I should say. I think when you see tank engines like this, it's very, very hard to side with the tender ones, isn't it? Just because these are so lovely. And there's the J50, which again is such a good model from Hornby. It's so heavy as well. I need to weigh it and let you know how much it weighs, but it really is a heavy one. A real heavy engine. Really love that one. Let's get that all-important shot of the 1F again. So yeah, again, that's another loco I need to review at some point. It would be great if I could do that one day. And obviously I will. It's just a case of getting around to it. Oh, I've just missed the J50 again. Not to worry. Oh, we got the P's again. Look at that. If I run the P's with the Q1, then we've got the P's and Q's all together, haven't we? That would be an interesting thing to do. I don't know if we've had that joke before. No doubt Mark will have made that horrendous pun in the past. He's very good with his puns, isn't he? It depends really, so I say both, AZ Rail. Yeah, that's the more political decision, isn't it? Just say you like both. That's normally the sort of thing I'd say. I just say, I can't decide, so I like both. I suppose that's true though, I suppose I do like both. So there we are, thank you very much. Well, in fact, none of these were requests, so I don't know who I'm thanking. We'll thank the engines. Thank you very much, little 1F, for your performance, let's say. So let me just speed up the other engines, see if we can't get them to speed away a little bit. The J50 seems to be taking its time. No doubt I'll speed these up and they'll all derail because they're going too fast. But hopefully not, hopefully not. Rightio. Okay. Pause there, J50. Very nice. So yeah, we've got a bit of a black theme going on, except obviously the P classes spoil that. But yeah, looking at my collection, a lot of them are black, whether it's LNER or BR or whatever. A lot of them do tend to be, but not all, luckily, and I've tried to get a few of the more colourful ones in. In fact, today's tender engines were a bit more colourful, weren't they? What with the foreign engines and things. So that's the tank engines anyway, heard from. So we've had a bit of both, a little bit of tank engine fun and a little bit of tender engines. Yeah, it wasn't clear really which one was the favourite. I think there was people fighting for both tank engines and tender engines there, so that's fine with me. Okay, let's have a look. So yeah, anyway, we've just been running the Hattons locos, and speaking of Hattons, as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't not mention it, and as you might have seen if you've seen Callum's channel, or S&DJR 7F88, we were laughing about that, by the way, about the fact that no one can remember his channel name, and I've got to embarrass myself by getting it wrong as well. But yes, I was there with him and Everard Junction back on Tuesday, and it was a fantastic day. We got to see, we got the tour again of Hattons, and we also got to see, more importantly, the progress on some of the exclusives that they've been cooking up over there. So in fact, while I'm talking, I'll put some of these shots on for you so that you can see what we're up to. So we're starting off in the little test track room that they've got at Hattons, and no doubt you recognise this if you've seen their YouTube videos and their Facebook videos. And this is a sneaky preview of their upcoming A3, I believe it is, in O gauge, which I think they're producing with Helgen. And I believe this is one of the samples, which also Hattons have released videos of, but it was very, very impressive. And I didn't shoot any sound, actually, for this section at least, but the sound that comes from this thing is incredible. And there is no sound chip or anything, it's just the sound of it on the rails, which is so, so impressive. So it was wonderful to see that. I only shot a small amount of footage, but no doubt we'll be seeing more of this from Hattons one day, so that's very, very exciting. Yeah, and it was a fantastic runner as well, by the way. If there's anything that's going to persuade you to get into O gauge, it's probably this thing. I've been very, very sorely tempted by it, but I'm going to try and resist temptations. So there it is, running all the way around behind the rise there. It looks great, doesn't it? I can't remember now whether they're going to be painting these up and selling them, you know, pre-painted or not. But either way, very, very, very impressive beasties. They also had the old 66er there, of course. We've seen that one, of course, the Freightliner version in my stream, if you saw that with Dave. And then also, I think Dave showed these during the stream as well. You can see these are some of the bodies, the 3 different variations there of the possible bodies that you might get on the 66, and of course the big heavy chassis that we've seen before. And quite obviously, we got them running as well, along with a special guest. There's old Bullman, one of his first ever trips out, actually, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. I did get a bit of sound of this, but his trip was cut short. He didn't last very long, as you're about to see. But I think he certainly enjoyed being pushed along by such a special engine. Until that happened, of course. And then, very excitingly, Dave, you know Dave, he went and picked up yet another painted sample of the Class 66, and there it is there, the Colas Rail Freight version. Looks completely different in just a slightly different livery, well, a very different livery, really, but it's amazing just how different it does make it look. And there was this guy there as well, no idea who he was, but he seemed to know me, so that was all very enjoyable. And then, of course, we got it going as well. Well, Dave did, and it looks just fantastic there running on the layout. It runs just as well as the other 66 did. And in fact, this was its first ever run. I don't think even Dave had this running before this time. He actually went and picked it up while we were there and brought it back. And then Bullman got his second ride, along with old R2-D2 there. His new friend, I think they're going to stay in touch. They've exchanged contact details, and no doubt they'll be sort of Skyping each other or whatever people use these days. And yes, luckily Bullman behaved himself. No, only joking, and he didn't last long. For some reason, he really doesn't enjoy the Hattons layout. I don't know why. He runs more or less fine at home, but then again, he doesn't go over points as often. I tend to keep him on the straight track when I film with him. But as you can see, this is not going to end well. When he comes around to the points, you'll see just what happens. But it was a great time, had by all. Very, very enjoyable, obviously, to see Callum. And there we go. There's and Everard Junction, I should say, as well. Very good time. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did have a lot of laughs, and it was great to meet Callum and also Everard Junction for the first time, but more so I suppose Callum, because I don't really, well, we talk quite a lot and we've never met, so that was very nice. And there is indeed a link to Callum's video in the description. He's properly edited it all together, and it's about 10 minutes long, well worth a watch if you haven't seen it already. We were clowning about a little bit, so it was a lot of fun. So yeah, head into the description, check that out, and give Callum's channel some support. He did a good job editing it, by the way. It's really good to watch. Now, also, I promised some shout outs there. I met Jeff Redman, or Redman, I don't know really how you say it, of Jumble Lane. He gave me one of his business cards, so I promised to give him a shout out. And there's also a young chap called Oakley. Now, he should know who he is. Hopefully I've remembered his name right, but I promised his dad I'd give him a shout out, so that's that. And then also, I think it was Jai McManus who got in touch with me today to say that he's having to have a heart transplant, or they're hoping that they'll find a heart for him, I think, in order to to save or prolong his life. So obviously it's always dreadful to hear that somebody's unwell, but we just have to hope that he gets better soon, and that they can do something for him. So everybody keep Jai in your thoughts, as I will, and hopefully you'll pull through this thing. And if you're watching, please do keep us updated and let us know how you're getting on, and get well soon. Okay, so let's now do some more 040s. 040s? No, that was last week. 060s. I wanted to show some honourable mentions, as it were. So we've got, of course, Thomas. Now, I know there's some kids watching, and Thomas is definitely an honourable mention. I didn't run him in the main running session today, just because there's so much other stuff that I wanted to run, but I couldn't have an 060 stream without showing him. So that's good old Thomas. Another 060 I absolutely love but just didn't get a chance to run, of course, is the Terrier, and this is my only Terrier, and it's in this LBSC Whitechapel livery, which I absolutely love. And if you haven't seen the review of that already, I did do one, and it's well worth it just to get a close look at the livery, really. Really lovely. Hornby, that one. And then finally another 060, and someone mentioned about the Great Western pannier tanks, or the Great Western 060s at least, and there's one of mine. That's the Backman Railway Children one. Quite an unusual 060, that one, in a very, well, it's a fictional livery, of course. I forget now what the GN and SRLY, well, the RLY is railway, but oh yes, it's the Great North and South Railway, there we go, from the Railway Children. Managed to remember that, I didn't think I would, but yeah, it's just worth showing that, really, isn't it, for the slightly unusual livery, which I really do like. Okay, so, interesting, time for requests now, are you ready? So, here's some... What on earth is going on here, I hear you ask? So what we have Lego Master 365, who's one of my members. He asked to see the B12 with Pullmans, in fact, not Bullmans. So that's a pleasure, and that's nice and easy to do. He didn't really specify which B12 he wanted, so I went creative and I picked the BR Blue one. Obviously, I don't believe that's prototypical. I don't think the preserved B12s, or in fact any of the B12s, ever appeared in BR Blue, but you have to admit, although not realistic, it certainly is beautiful, isn't it? Really lovely. And then, of course, on the middle line, we have Kutusov's request, which was to have the HST pulling the Christmas wagon, 2 Bullmans, a Pullman coach and an ocean wagon at the back, which is quite a consist, I must admit. And then on the inside line we have Keith Wilmot's request, he's also a member, to see the Hornby James with a long goods train, which is very interesting, I think, because obviously James in real life was based on the LMYR class 25, I think it was. Now in Thomas and Friends, James is a 260, so not an 060, but in real life the LMYR class 25 was indeed an 060. So I think the creators of Thomas and Friends must have added an extra couple of wheels to the front, for obviously just to give him a bit of different character or whatever. So it's quite interesting, Keith, that you would pick that, because in fact in real life they were 060s, although sadly James isn't. So let's get this going. The B12 is of course a 460. I don't have plans right now to do an extravaganza with 460s, but it would be nice to do. There goes the weird HST train with the Bullmans. We've got a weird Bullman there with a slightly different posture to the other Bullmans, which I quite like. And then James, of course, who just loves the limelight of being in a running session, or even better, a stream. So there he goes. And hopefully this time we'll get better with the requests in terms of derailments and things, because obviously last week we had some really terrible ones, didn't we? I seem to remember the Berkshire was causing trouble and the Daylight had to go and get the crane to fix that. And I didn't actually see James go by. How did that happen? Oh, James won't have gone by, will he? Because he's on the inside line. Well, I've managed to mess that up, haven't I? Let's see if we can catch an engine. There we go. We got the B12 there. Don't know what I did there. I managed to mess something up. So there we go. I love the B12 in the BR Blue. I know some people will disagree because it's not very realistic, but not to worry. And yes, Elisa, or Elsa even, James doesn't like doing goods trains, and I assume that's why Keith picked him. He's not a big fan of goods trains. In fact, he considers them a little bit below him, doesn't he? Liam, he says, "Hi Sam, how's it going?" I'm going very well, thank you. How are you going? Hope everything's going well with you. Let's see if we can get this crazy Bullman train going up Gordon's Hill, shall we? Okay, Callum's got to clock back onto work. Good luck with the rest of the stream, he says. Thanks ever so much for the mention. It was a great day at Hatton's. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Yes, all right. Take care. Sleep well if you can, with all the excitement of Worley and whatnot. Gordon is an A1, says Eisenbarn Virus. That is true. He certainly is an A1. Oh, and a wave. I'm supposed to wave on that shot, aren't I? It's Simon Cowell, says Mark. I don't know, Mark. I assume that's some sort of clever pun but that one went over my head, unfortunately. Oh, okay, Liam, your grandma's at your house. Always nice when grandma comes. These trains are very beautiful, says Gallium Gamer. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. And with that, it's time to stop them, and we will get on to some more requests, because I've got lots to do today. But thank you for those. I do like those, and sorry, James, that you've got to stop. I know you would run quite happily all day, but we have got some other things that I need to show. Come on, HST, speed yourself up. So yeah, I don't think that's the first time we've had the HST pulling some bizarre loads, is it? We've done it before, possibly with goods. I don't think it's ever hauled a Bullman before, though. So yes, that was very cool. So next up then, more requests. We have Shining Time 4, which wanted to see the 4F with the ocean wagons. So I can certainly do that. Let's just see if anything else wants Pullmans. I don't believe it does. So we'll take the B12 and the Pullmans out of the way for the time being. Just put these over to one side and shift the Pullmans out of the way. Da-da-da. So thank you very, very much to everybody that sent a request in so far today. Like I said earlier on, I'm going to do my best to get to everybody, but if I have to miss anybody today, it will be done first things first next week. So don't be disappointed if your request doesn't get shown today. It might not even be a problem. I might be able to get to everybody. But if I just run out of time, then first of all, I'm sorry. But second of all, don't worry. I will definitely do it. I'll write a good list as soon as the stream's over of everybody that hasn't had their request shown. And it will be the first on the list for next week. Okay, so the other one was Quintin Barnhart, which wanted to see the new Mahano Pacific. And if you have no idea what I'm on about, I posted a picture of it to my YouTube feed yesterday, and I think I posted it on Facebook as well, which was really, really exciting to me. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. I will show it in a second, and I'll leave this goods train on, in fact, and we can use that with the 4F and the 7F. Right, rightio. Well, this is going to be interesting. So I've gone and got 2 requests for the same engine, would you believe it? Right in the same time, so we'll have to try and do that a different way. But first of all, let's grab the 4F. That's what I'm doing right now. Give it a quick little blow just to make sure there's no dust on it, and pop that on the line. And I believe it was ocean wagons I'm supposed to get with that, so that's all right. I can do that. I'm just on the way. I'm going to grab the tender for the Mahano. Oh, and thank you very much to whoever that was. Let me just run and have a look. The Gravy Train 6016. Thank you very much for that. I will take a look at your message in just a second. I didn't quite get a chance to read that, but thank you very much for that, and I will read that later on. And by the way, I think some donations, some tips came in while I was playing the Hattons clips. So if I didn't say thank you for those, I will do later. Please don't worry about that. I will certainly get back to those. Right, let me get some ocean wagons then. I do apologise that it will have to be a condensed ocean of ocean wagons, just because I don't have time to put them all on right now. But I will certainly, I will put on quite a few if I can. So I've got some of those right now. We'll put those on with the 4F. Has the 4F hauled my oceans any time before? I can't really remember. I always like to sort of make a note when the first time things happen, just because it's interesting. Mind you, there's nothing particularly exciting or unusual about having the 4F pull the oceans for the first time, is there? But yes, they are quite an infamous rake of wagons on my wet railway, at least. Okay, so that's that sorted. I'll just move this goods train out of the way very slightly. Let me grab this new Pacific that I was on about then. And I was saying yesterday on the post I made what a great runner it was, but of course there was no proof of that, so today I will prove it. I think I'll run her light just because I haven't got any American rolling stock handy, and she unfortunately has an American coupling on the back, which annoyingly means that it would involve me sort of rummaging through boxes to find some of the right rolling stock. So I will run her light, but just to demonstrate what a good runner it is. It's not a great crawler, mind you, but it certainly is nice and smooth, and if I'm quiet for a second, yeah, you can hear just how silent it is as it runs, which is fantastic. So that was for Quintin. Wilbert the Austerity asked for the 4F and the 7F to double head with the green Mark 1s, so I'll do that later on once the 4F is free from doing this one. So for now we've got Mayo who wanted to see the A4, in the blue with the ocean wagons, would you believe? There's a lot of crossover, isn't there, today? However, it doesn't matter because, luckily, I didn't put all of the ocean wagons with the 4F trains. So, luckily, I can go and grab some more, can't I? It might be, once again, a condensed ocean of ocean wagons, but at least I'll be able to get them there for you. So I'll do that. And once again, a very, very cool idea, isn't it, to run the A4 with something other than passenger rolling stock. Certainly not something you're ever going to see on a realistic layout. At least I don't think so. It's very possible, I suppose, that the A4s might have hauled a goods train sometime during the war, for example. I don't know for sure. It sounds feasible, but maybe not. Maybe even the LNER wouldn't have stooped that low, but maybe they did. Who knows? Right, so I've got Gadwell. She is indeed garter blue. There we are. Move it forwards. Yep, that was right. I'm just double checking that he didn't ask for mallard specifically, because if he did, that's gone completely against his wishes. But no, just said A4, so we're all right, I think. All right, a few more ocean wagons then. I'll tell you what, it's a good job I have got a lot of them, isn't it? It's a good job there is an ocean of them. Right, here we go then. I've got about the same amount over again. It is ridiculous, isn't it? I don't know why I've got so many of the darn things. At the time, I just thought it would be great to have a big rake of something, and I found a lot of ocean wagons at a train fair once, and so that's what happened. And thank you to whoever's just hooted at me. It was Williamtown again. Thank you very much. Have you played Kingdom Come Deliverance? No, not as far as I can remember. Is it? Sounds like a video game, but I suppose it might be a video or something. I don't know. But no, I haven't. I will look it up though. Thank you for the tip. Okay, so there goes the 4F running nicely. We'll get this Pacific running light the wrong way, as always. There we go. And of course the A4 with the ultimate shame of having a goods train. So there we go. Let's have a quick run with those then, shall we? Let's see if we can't get... Oh, there we are. So yes, I don't know too much about this. Some people have given me some information, but I just haven't written it down yet. But I think some people have correctly identified it, which is good. I did find the most similar loco I found a photo of myself was the Wabash, or Wabash, I don't know how you say it, Pacifics, which look a lot the same. Some people were saying it's a K4, but I don't think it is a K4, because if you look at the front of it, the smoke box, it looks very different to the K4. I'm not saying it isn't, I'm not an expert in any way, but it didn't look the same to me. But you never know, do you? You never know. And there's the 4F looking fantastic. And there it is, the Mahano, or Mahano. I need to find out how to pronounce it, really. Make a bit of a wally of myself there. Can I say C. Thomas, Lego World 44? Yes, you sure can. There you are, Thomas. That was a bit surreal, wasn't it? Apologies for that. Noah Baylor, thank you very, very much. A 6-wheeled, tender-driven tender pulling the loco. Yes, I will get around to that at some point, Noah. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Thank you for the generous donation. Right, where have all these locos gone? Oh, there we are. Got a couple coming in here. Tell you what, the 4F and the Pacific here have been sticking together like super glue, haven't they? Blimey. There we are. So that is that. Thank you very much for those requests. Again, if there's any requests that you think I've missed, don't worry about it. I won't have missed them. I will be getting around to them by the end of the series. It's just making sure I get to everybody in the order they were sent, if I possibly can do. But yes, I know there are some from last week thinking about it, but they are all written down. They're all safe, and I have got them. Right, let's speed up this A4 then. We'll bring her into a stop, and I'll see what else I've got to run. Da, 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 da. Here it comes. Well, you did it, Mallard. You managed to survive the humiliation of having to haul a goods train. I think it has happened before, hasn't it? Perhaps not with Gadwell. It's perhaps a different A4, but I think I've certainly done it before. And there we are. There's the lovely American Pacific from the Pennsylvania Railroad. Hopefully you managed to see its headlight. It has got a working headlight on it, which is lovely. So there we are, let's bring those to a stop and I will grab my piece of paper and find out what else I've got to do. So next up, I had to do the, let's see here, it was the 4F and the 7F with the green coaches. So let's do that. What I'll do is I'll uncouple the 4F here and shove the ocean wagons back. I'm sure I can find another request to run those with. And we'll take off the Pacific right there. Notice that I'm just calling it the Pacific in a very general way, just to avoid calling it the wrong thing or anything like that. And I will move the 4F onto the other line. Now luckily the 4F has got front and back couplings, so I will be able to put the 7F on the front of it. I can't remember really whether the 7F has got a front and a back coupling. It's certainly got pockets for them, but I don't know whether they're both fitted. But the one on the back surely will be, so let me see if I can find the 7F. Bear with me, I always struggle with the 7F because it looks quite similar just from a distance to a lot of the other 280s. But with a quick look up close I can see it, and yes, it does in fact have a front coupling, but I will put it at the front anyway, just because I seem to remember that it's possibly a little faster. Although it shouldn't matter, hopefully. We'll see what happens. So is this something that happened in Train Simulator then? Whoever requested this? It seems like the sort of thing that could happen, because you tend to get those green coaches, those green Mark 1s, don't you, on Train Simulator. Thank you again, Katusov. Can you put your face as close to the camera? What an unusual request. I think for everybody's safety, I won't do that. But I indulged your bizarre request last week of attempting to do a dab, and it didn't do too well, did it? So I'm not going to do that again. And thank you again, Robbins RC. Thank you for that. You are once again entered, once again, for Bullman, or Boris. I should not call him Bullman. Bullman will get jealous because someone else is stealing his name. I should definitely call him Boris, as is correct. Okay, so just a few of these green Mark 1s then. If these are Mark 1s, I think they are. Southern region, of course, which is completely incorrect for the both the 4F and the 7F. However, it does happen a lot in Train Simulator. By default, they seem to get selected. So that's that, and that is not a problem with me. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so Lakota wanted to see the Q1 with some four-wheeled wagons. I told you I'd do it. There we are, they've got four wheels. Let's grab one of the Q1s then. I'll pick my favourite one, and that's the one in the Southern Black. So there's that. Let's just make sure that's on the track properly. I tell you what, should we let it couple on its own? Or let it do its own coupling? Here we are. There we are. Oh, I heard another toot then, didn't I? I'm getting desensitised to it now. It was 89 Thunder Chunky. He says he's just bought, let's see, he's just bought a Hornby Battle Zone set without the 08 shunter. Does anyone else have one? Can you run an 08 with a small goods train? Thank you very, very much for that 89 Thunder Chunky. Yes, I will note down your request and I will get it done either this week or next. And once again, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so there's one more. Oh yes, right. This is an interesting one, folks. You're going to enjoy this. So it's the Ugly Duckman has asked to see Arian Burt with the Dapol Mega Boxes. Or Bachmann Mega Boxes. Some of them are Bachmann, some of them are Dapol. Right, well yes, I can do that for sure. Let me just take this ocean of ocean wagons out of the way, and then I will get to that for you. Right, Arian Burt, you say? Blimey, it's been a long while since I've run those, I think. But they are in fact 060s, as the Q1 is, and as the 4F is, so I think that's all very reasonable, and it's definitely the right day to be running them, I think, isn't it? Right, let me grab Arian Burt. I don't know who's who anymore. Or in fact, maybe I do. Yes, I've put a little A on the underside of Ari. Can you see it? Possibly not. Can you see that? There's a little A just written on that between the axles there, or between the wheels there. Little A. There is literally no difference between the two, so there's no point in writing A on the bottom, but yeah, that's the one that came out of the packaging that said Harry, so I thought, why not? Right, I'm going to move these out the way, and they are working well together, which is good, and I'll do that just so I don't knock them off when I'm putting these mega boxes on. So bear with me, I'll just go and grab some mega boxes. Hi there, Sam, says C. Peter. And shout out to Ron Anita, who's been here for a while. I've seen some of his messages, but I don't think I've shouted him out yet, so I think it's high time that I did that. Okay, you will have to excuse me because the mega boxes are right in the corner, so I've got to wiggle around all of the different wires and cameras and things that I've set up. Ooh, and I'm just going to bring three because I'm conscious of the fact that there's tons and tons of rolling stock out now, and I don't want to have so much that I'm standing on it and getting it, you know, it getting under my feet and that sort of thing. But 3 mega boxes will go a long way, I'm sure. Okay. So these are the mega boxes, if you haven't seen them before. Definitely the largest wagons I've ever seen. I've never seen one in real life, but I bet they are absolutely insane in real life, if you imagine the size of a 00 gauge person in comparison. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I've gone and put them all on in the same direction. Not very creative of me, was it? But not to worry. So Ari and Bert are going, the Cube 1 is going, and we have yet another double header, and I'm trying to use the wrong controller. There we are. Okay. So once again, thanks for the great requests. I do love doing these requests because they're always so creative, as I say. So many things that I would never have thought of doing. And the 4F and the 7F make a beautiful pair, don't you think? I don't know if that's something that ever happened in real life. Maybe. Certainly the same region. How big is your layout, T. Darian? I'm not absolutely sure. I think it's about a mile all the way round, or perhaps it's a mile all 3 laps. I don't know. It's reasonably big. You can see most of it on this stream, really. Hello. What's the biggest diesel locomotive you have? Oh, hang on. I'm distracted now. I've heard a derailment and I don't know which train is responsible. I'm assuming it's the double header, the 7F and the 4F double header, because those coaches have got quite big chunky couplings. I think I'm right. Yep, it is. It sure is. Aha, fixed it. I really didn't like having to slow that double header down with my hands because it's got a monstrous amount of pulling power behind it, obviously with both the 7F and the 4F hauling it. So yes, that was an unpleasant thing to re-rail, but I got very lucky with it. So yes, I'm glad about that. And there's Ari and Bert with their mega boxes. To say that Ari and Bert, they've actually behaved themselves remarkably well, haven't they? They managed to do a whole lap without messing us about, so I'm pleased about that. So let's set that to the multicam, and hopefully you'll get a good shot of those while I go on and get the next requests noted down. Right, let me just refresh these. But yeah, thank you to everybody today for all the support. I'm blown away by it, really. I've been inundated, you might say. Right, so what was the last one I did? Ugly Duckman, I think, was the last one I noted down. Rightio. Okay. Let us see. So Wilbur has got quite a few. I will add some more of those if I can. Right. Oh, Activity Palace, I missed you out. He says, "Hi Sam, I made my own railway called the NVR." Okay, thank you very much for the super chat, first of all. And second of all, that sounds awesome. I'll check out your YouTube channel at some point. Have you got any videos of your NVR on there? If you have, I'll come and look them out. Okay, so the Gravy Train 2016. I'm not sure if I missed that one or not, I can't remember. And he says, right, double head the Hornby Thomas and the Bachmann Rosie. Ooh, interesting. Now, if I remember my Thomas and Friends right, Rosie is a very big fan of Thomas, isn't she? In fact, I think she gets in his way a little bit sometimes, so perhaps that's a bit of a sneaky idea. Perhaps it is. But that's alright, we can do that. And of course then it was 89 Thunder Chunky. 89 Thunder Chunky. Okay. Hey, that coach has come off in the same place again, I've just heard it. Right, hopefully it will get around this time. Right, right, an 08 with a small goods train. I'm glad to hear small, I'm glad to hear the phrase small, very glad. And I think the other one, I'll do another one of, oh, I'm getting worried now, I can hear this thing derailing big time. Uh-oh. I think we better interrupt this broadcast and go and fix it. Can you see this? Alright. It doesn't seem to be, in fact, the sound has disappeared now. It sounded like it was jumping off the track like crazy, but it sounds as though it's alright again now. But just to be on the safe side, I will stop it. Yes, perhaps it went over a set of points and corrected itself. Very strange. As I say, my engines seem to like messing me about when it comes time to stream. Very stressful, very stressful. Okay, let's take a look. So, we'll do another one of Wilbert the Austerity because I like these. So he asked for the C-Class with the Southern green coaches, which is very handy because they're still on the line. So I will do those, and I think that will be it for the requests today. Let me just stop Harry and Bert. Feel free to submit more requests if you like, but I will have to save them for next week. But a massive thank you to everyone who has sent one in today. There's been some awesome stuff, and there's still more awesome ones to come, so I will get to those as soon as this Q1 has parked up. There you are then, Q1. There we go. All right then, so I'll tell you what, let's set up the Ocean Wagons with an 08 as per 89 Thunder Chunky's request, but he did specify that it should have been a short goods train, so I think actually we've got too many wagons here for it to be a short train, so we'll take these off. There we are, out of the way, and I will go and produce an 08. Well, I won't produce one, I won't build it, but I'll find it. This is my Bachmann 08 when you see it. This one doesn't run very often. In fact, it's been longer since I've run this than I've run Harry and Bert. I hope it still works. Oh, it does still work. I used to use this to pull my track cleaning wagon because it's so slow, but as a result the mechanism got all full of dust and dirt and things that blew up from the fan on it. So yes, it's a little bit unfortunate is that, but it does still work. Obviously I was able to service it up, but the pickups got basically ruined on it, and I had to put my own sort of slightly dodgy pickups in instead, which never worked quite as well as the original ones did. But it was necessary, and it has meant at least that I was finally able to get it running again. So we'll have to see how it goes today. Hopefully it won't be any trouble with us, but if it is, then at least I've explained why. Yes, dodgy pickups, that's it. Okay, Harry and Bert, thank you. I won't store these near the steam engines. Simply because Harry and Bert, if you didn't know, enjoy scrapping steam engines, and I don't trust them near my steam crew, so I'll put those on the table out of the way. The mega boxes are safe to be around steam engines, I think, so that's all right. So it was the Hornby Thomas. I think he did specify Hornby Thomas, so we'll do that. And the Bachmann Rosie, funnily enough, they're actually next to each other on the shelf. Which is a bad idea, I think. I bet Thomas will be tearing his hair out. If only Thomas had hair. Noticeably all of the Thomas and Friends engines are extremely bald, aren't they? Some of them have facial hair, of course, Harry and Bert, but none of them are gifted with hair on the head, which must be embarrassing given their high profile on TV. But yeah, to be fair, I can't imagine Thomas with a crop of hair on his head, can you? That would certainly look a bit strange. But then again, we're talking engines with faces on the front, so again I suppose it's going to be strange whatever happens, isn't it? Okay, so the C-Class. Okay, and I don't think you specified the C-Class, but I will treat you and let you have the nice one with the well, they're all nice, but I'll let you have the one with the green lining on the boiler, except I can't spot it. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I'm balancing on 1 foot right now. Right. Okay, well, they're not all going in the same direction this time, which is a nice change, I think. Right, let's get them going. There goes the 08, and that's at half speed there, by the way, and that is by design. They're supposed to run as slow as that, which I think is really cool. So, there we are. Let's get those shown properly. Set it to this. It's a good way to actually find out what's going on. You can look at the multicam and then choose the shot that has got the most action, which is quite cool. How many locomotives do you have, Isaac says. I'm not absolutely sure. I think there's at least 300 engines. Oh, those coaches are playing up again. I've just heard them pop off. Let's see if we can get a shot. All right, let's see. Let's experiment this time, because last time they went past the set of points and they re-railed themselves. So let's see if that happens again. The C-Class is not messing about. The C-Class is charging along. It's that second coach, the middle coach. And hopefully when it goes over these points it'll either derail horribly or fix itself. Hey, it's fixed itself. There we go. So I'll have to double check the track. It's just past the this camera, just past there. There might be a bit of a fault on the track. Or in fact it does look as though one of my wires, can you see it if I look? This white wire here looks like it's drooping a little bit towards the track. It might have been that was catching it. I'm not too sure, but either way, it's pretty nasty, isn't it, when things start to derail. Right, so we've just missed the C-class there. Let's listen, see if it happens again. Yep, it's happened again, it's happened again. Not surprised, not surprised. Never mind. Let's see if we can find any of these other engines. Where have they got to? I wonder if that 08 has stopped. No, the 08 hasn't stopped. I can see where it is. So there goes the C1 again with its prodigal coaches. Sounds worse that time. And there's the 08. Better get a shot of the 08. It does look the part though, doesn't it? I've put it on backwards somehow. I think the cab end is the front, technically speaking, isn't it? I'm not 100% sure on that. Right, let's bring these back in then, shall we? I will stop the C-Class at the front now that it's got there, because I don't want to tempt fate anymore with it. And I'll stop the Thomas and Rosie double header. So thank you very much for those requests. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's only gone and happened again. Yes, I foresaw that, didn't I? Tell you what, shall we send Thomas to go and fix him? Hang on. Thomas, would you mind just going to rescue the 08, please? He seems to have gotten stuck on Gordon's Hill. Do you know where he is? Thank you, Thomas. You're a star. It means I haven't got to go over there. Come on, 08. Come with Thomas. Come on. There we go. Thomas, pull, pull, pull. He's not having it. So we've got an issue now because obviously Thomas runs 10 times faster than the 08 does. So Thomas is working double time to try and pull him along. But slowly but surely they're coming into shot. Thomas is wheel slipping like mad, but he's managing it. He's just about managing it. Come on, come on. Nearly there. There we go. That'll do. That's enough torture for one day, I think. But anyway, thank you very much for those, everybody. Great requests, as always. And I'm going to go and thank everybody now that has sent a super chat. So to everybody who has donated to the channel today, thank you so much. You really are helping to keep this channel going. You keep me getting new reviews, and you'll keep me in business, which is always nice. So to everybody that super chatted today, let me find the start, bear with me, I've gone a bit too far. Okay, so we have Shining Time 4, Noah Baylor, War Hero, The Imperial, Diamond Spinosaurus, Quintin Barnhart, Wilbert the Austerity, Callum Calvert, Katusov, Mayo Hosco 2, Lakota Theroff, The Ugly Duckman, Shane Porter, Zombie 646, Michael Aldred, Charles Curtis, Mayo Hosco again, Lewis Hughes, Ben Golding, Katusov again, Map the Dragon, Lewis Hughes, the Clammy Penny. I don't think I noticed that one before, so thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Oh, who was that? And J.I. Kimbo, thank you very much for that. You got in there just at the last minute. Well done, you're in for a chance to win old Boris there. Right, where did I get to? William Town, Neo Plays once again, Activity Palace, The Gravy Train, 6016. Who was that? Lewis Hughes. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Where did I get to? Gravy Train 2016, Noah Baylor, Robbins RC, and 89 Thunder Chunky. Thank you all so much for your kind support. It does, it does mean a lot that people actually come here and watch these, and on top of that, want to leave tips. So thank you. It does keep me doing what I love to do, which is making these videos, and it means that I can continue, which is great. Okay, so up next week, I've got the electric review that I promised last week, except of course I did the H1 Atlantic, didn't I, on Wednesday? So that happened instead, but it was worth it, wasn't it? That Atlantic was gorgeous. Very expensive, don't get me wrong, but gorgeous. Absolutely loved it. And then I've got another competition between two large engines I've written down. That's all the clue you're going to get. And then of course tomorrow I'll be at Worley, which is going to be a good time. So with that, I think I'm going to head off and have an early night, because it's a bit of a drive for me to get there. Thank you to everybody who has joined the stream. Thank you to everyone who's just watched, and thank you even more so to the people that have donated. Declan Cooper saying bye. J Tate Video says hi, Sam. UK Train Spotting says hi. Sam, my favourite loco is the glorious Helgen Tango 02, says Harry Todd Hunter. Ooh, crikey, what taste. I assume that was in jest, but if not, yes, good choice, Harry, good choice. It's the end, says Thomas Palmer. I thought you'd put a big grinning face there, but you're okay, you've put a crying face, so that's alright. Spencer and Mallard, says Mark. What a good guess that is. I'm not going to say any more about that. Class 9002, or 0002, welcome. I haven't seen you yet before, but you're saying bye, so welcome and goodbye at the same time. Have a good day, says Michael Aldred. Tomorrow, Sam. Thank you, I'll try to. It's not something I've ever done before, Worley, so it's definitely going into the unknown a little bit, but I'm sure it will be great. I've heard good things about it. Bye Noah, bye Thomas Palmer. Flying Scott Film says bye Sam, thanks for the stream. Michael Forster, are you going to run my request next week that I requested last week? Michael, is that for your membership? If so, I've got a big list of all the members I'm going through, just a few every week, so yes, I will be getting to that. If not next week, then the week after or during the final episode, but yes, I will certainly get to it. My favourite locomotive is the E2 tank engine and the Great Western saddle tank, says Jason Voorhees. What a good choice that is. Yes, I like those very much as well. Andrew Morgan, yes, I do like the Eurostars. I think they look pretty cool to me. Lewis Hughes says bye. Good night, Eisenbarn. Good night to you as well. You have a good day as well. Beastie, bye Sam. Much love to you too. Thank you. And Declan says you're cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. And finally, Weird Fandom Trash says, see you Sam. And I'm sure you're not trash. All right, thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll be back here next week, next Friday at 5 p.m. GMT, I suppose. We're not in British summertime anymore. So I'll see you then, hopefully. But for now, once again, thank you for your support. Don't know what I said there. Thank you for your support. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It didn't come out like that, though, did it? And I will see you all very, very soon. I think I need to go and have something to eat now. All right, cheers, everybody, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care, folks. Let's do a cheer. Hooray! He got through a stream. I forgot about the cheer button. That's good news, I guess, for you lot. It means you haven't had to listen to it all the time. Okay, I'm signing off. I'll see you soon, folks. Well, thank you all for joining me for yet another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you all enjoyed it. And if you did, I'm going to be back with another episode next Friday night at 5 p.m. So if you can, please feel free to join me there. But for now, thank you once again for watching. If you've got any ideas for future streams, do please let me have them in the comments. And I will see you all very, very soon. Alright, cheers everybody.